Granny, good morning. Let me unplug the mouse and keyboard. As we do, so we don't upset the microphone. It's back. Okay. The music cut out for just a second. I was very concerned. Granny, how's it going? Oh my gosh, sorry. I got all my stuff all over the place like a weirdo. It's cold, but I wanted to wear my shorts because it's basically spring. So I have a sweatshirt on. This is how we split the difference. But aren't these cool? Because they're like blood spray. Yeah, I like them. I think they're on theme and they're very comfy. Granny, how are things going with you? I was just gonna text Marlon that I was going live and then I got distracted, so I'm gonna do that. When we started streaming, we'll be done in about 1.5 hours. We expect. Shoulder's been a lot better. Here, I'll give you physical updates. Shoulder's been way better. It still is funny. Like I was laying like this last night and Marlon, I was like going to hug him goodnight and I tried to do this and like bring it in weird and it was like, ow. So it's just super random. Just super random. Mr. K, I'm gonna burn something down. I don't know what, probably a government building. You know, we'll see. We're not bringing, I did, after yesterday, I had what you would call a moment of clarity. Oops, did I just pause the music? No, it's fine. I had what you would call a moment of clarity. And I said, you know what I should do? I should give the patrons, give the beekeepers an extra perk, and only they can now request recipes. I'm sure there'll be a few notable exceptions to this. But if you want to request a recipe that happens on a cooking stream, you have to give me money. That's how this is going to go. Because some of these requests, we're talking like 3 years in. And I'm just saying, I think I'm like not the most patient person, but I really love you all so much. And I want to do what I can. But at a certain point, if I've kind of been like, I don't know about that. And you're like, but you could still do it. And I'm like, I don't know. And someone's like, but you could. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. How many times do I have to go like, I was like, is my lukewarm reaction? Are you going to like think you're going to prove me wrong? And I'm like, I think the only way you're going to prove me wrong is if you pay me $5. And I know that seems really shady, but also it's the only way I can think of to both thank the patrons for everything that they do so they can just request whatever the fuck they want and maybe get some other people to chill out a little bit. So someone can request something and I'll be like, you want to request that officially, you join the Patreon, otherwise I'm not doing it. And then if it's somebody I know and I like from like the real world in some capacity, like if Jackie was like, will you make this thing, then there's some notable exceptions. There's some friends and family things. Not that we're not all friends. I feel like I'm really saying this in a shitty way. I've just made it to my limit. What does beef Wellington have to do with anything? Beef Wellington was delicious. Beef Wellington has a bunch of mushrooms in it. Oh, the Eugene Marathon is this month. Anyway, I'm gonna stop complaining about this stuff. Please, I love when people participate and suggest things. I just also have my limits about certain things. Because, again, there's some things I know about myself where I'm like, yeah, this is fine, but I'm not interested. So, and also like, it'd be one thing, it's like, cool, okay, you want me to make X, Y, Z? Come to my house, set up everything for the cooking stream, do all of the shopping, and then get on camera for 3 to 7 hours and be as nice as possible to people while also being entertaining. There you go. Then you can just do it. Look at that. You can do it. I don't have to do anything. Thank you, Granny. I have a fallout on my undershirt. I'm trying to wear more blue. Baltic Industries. Woo! Trying to wear more blue because it contrasts with the yellow. Thank you. I had a good time with that. And also because a classic example where I was like, I don't think this deviled eggs recipe is going to be good. And then it was like the best deviled eggs recipe ever. So I know I can be proved wrong. I just already know generally my thoughts around pulled pork. And I think the pulled pork that I can make at home will be much worse than any pulled pork that I could buy from like a professional place, if I so choose. I thought the gingerbread vault was very fun, but it was a very scuffy. I was like, this is definitely not going to be on some competition. This is on the Worst Cooks gingerbread edition, but I've got good ideas for what I should do next year. Okay, enough of me bitching in every video about everything. I'm in a great mood. I don't know why I'm always just like, Rah. Last 2 streams, I've just been like, oh yeah, that was 2 days ago because it's Tuesday. 2 days ago. That's whatever. It doesn't matter. every stream I feel like I'm going live like, here's the things that I'm mad about and easily triggered on. It's like I'm too easy to rile up. But rant triggers are a part of my personality. Squidward, probably just you. And maybe Mr. K, he's the one that brought it up. Also, let me know if the music is cutting out slightly for you sometimes. I think it's just my earbuds. Okay, we're doing physical therapy today, plus some hinge stuff and a little bit of kettlebell playing around because I want to keep my kettlebell skills kind of sharp. So I'm gonna just like, I probably have something specifically written down for my warm up, but I'm just gonna do what I want because I kind of know what I need to do anyway. Isn't that fun? Which for me generally just means like I'm gonna foam roll my glutes a little bit because they're also not super sore. I used the elliptical at Planet Fitness for 30 minutes yesterday and just to get sweaty. Wasn't super high intensity or anything. Listen to some Book 7. Is that music coming out? So just my earbuds. These sons of bitches. Why can't anything just work? Nothing wants to work anymore. But yeah, I'm not sore. Aside from the sitting. The sitting that's what gets me. I don't think I sat that much this weekend, but it was enough that my hips feel very tight. I might have to, hold on. This might screw something up for just a second. Yeah, it's gonna make the music go away. I'm sorry, and then I'm gonna put them back in and see if it wants to cooperate because it keeps cutting out for me, which is not the end of the world, but it's a little annoying. But yeah, sitting is the bane of my existence. And sometimes I sit just long enough that I'm then too tired to stand at my standing desk. I just feel like I kind of have wilted into the chair. And I'm like, well, Claire, you can stand. And I'm like, no, I couldn't. Earbuds. Let me go, hold on one second. I'm gonna go to my earbud case and be like, what are you doing? It's going to drive me nuts the whole time. It's just gonna, this computer does some weird stuff. Like okay, so music's gonna go dark for just a second. We're gonna put these back in their little case. Rant triggers. I love a good rant trigger. Some of mine are good. Some of mine are, you'll be like, Claire, tell me how much you love Dungeon Crawler Carl. And I'm just like, let me just get started. Buckle up. You sit tight for at least 30 minutes. I feel like somebody else has mentioned Red Rising. I can't remember who. What's it about? Yeah. You're pulling your fish sandwich, Mr. K? That's weird. What does that mean? We're trying to yes and Squidward's inappropriate jokes. Oh yeah, mouse and keyboard not plugged in. That's always confusing. Come on, brain. Go, brain, go. Let me resync my earbuds. Okay, they're fine, and then I'll turn the music back on. Okay. All right. Hopefully everything stays now. Something beeped. I'm gonna hope it's not serious. All right, back to warming up. We got to get warm, which could mean ranting about more things. Like how you should join the Patreon so you get recipe requests. Yeah! I think overall, I feel like I've been very hungry the last 2 days, like maybe 3, like Saturday, Sunday, Monday, I was like, oh, I'm gonna eat everything in the house, which I just like go with. If I like eat a full meal and I'm like, I'm still hungry, I'm like, okay, I guess we're eating more. There's none of this like, but I already had enough of like whatever. Nope. Our body goes, we are hungry. And I go, we feed the beast. Typically that happens on days where, the earbuds are doing this shit. Typically it happens on days where my hormones are starting to fluctuate or where I've been training a little bit more. So it's usually like indirect, like if my body's like, I have to repair myself more. We get a little more sore, it's a thing. Also, I don't have my glasses on, so I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to come closer. Let me just make the chat bigger. Oh, good. More cheese sticks. Shit, I better plug the mouse and keyboard back in. Okay, Squidward, what's your question? Please ask the question to the class. Okay, I'm gonna make the chat as big as possible. Hopefully that'll help. Hey, you know, it's just, this is just where we're at, all right? Who here is pro milk anytime? You mean like there's no bad, shit, now I can't see my, hold on. Tech issues. I would say there's definitely bad times for milk. And I like milk, but I still. Okay. Fun. All sorts of things aren't working today. That's fine. We'll make it through together. Go away so I can read. Jesus. Okay, let's see how long. Hopefully that'll hold true for a few minutes. That's funny because Weird. Oh no, okay, good. Oh, I got really psyched out. Okay, don't worry about this. We're gonna just work out and everything's gonna be fine. And if you can't hear me, you'll be able to hear Diddy Kong Racing, and that's all you need. Squidward, why are you asking? That's really the important thing. Why are you asking? Why are you asking about the milk, Squidward? Oh, stiff. So stiff. Oh, stiff. I'm doing kind of a fast warm up. I always do that, but my PT will get me nice and warm. Yeah. You got made fun of in another stream last night about milk. Chocolate or, I mean, I do like a half, I'll like microwave a bunch, like half of a mug of milk, lactose free, because it's a little easier on my system. And then I'll add my like decaf black tea and some boiling water and some honey and make like a milk tea. Yes. Okay, in my 30s, curling 50s, great name. We're on that grind. Mostly I am grinding to keep all my tech working right now, which is just like being such a treat. But otherwise we're doing great. Welcome on in. My name is Claire, although I go by QueenB3atrix on the internet, and I've been a full-time personal trainer for just over 3 years. I have a food science and technology degree that I had focused on winemaking and fermentation science, and now I am 5 years free of alcohol. So that's a whole fun story. Definitely an alcoholic, I don't mind saying it. We look like all sorts of things. Addiction comes in many forms. We know this, but yes, so I do functional strength and conditioning coaching. I love kettlebells. I'm not doing like powerlifting or like, you know, I do kind of a diversity of stuff for myself. But yeah, tell me about you. That's enough about me. I also game a lot. I guess that's the last thing. We're gaming and we're doing, I've been rehabbing a shoulder injury that's just like an overuse injury, but that got really like, just got spicy in a really weird way in August of 2024. And I started actually doing consistent PT about a year ago, little on and off consistent. Actually, yeah, it would actually be about a year ago in about a month, because I was doing some while I was seeing another coach last year, because I was seeing Justin Farnsworth. He's really great if you want to look him up. He does a lot of education. He's also a physical therapist, so I saw him online for a few months. So basically all of my programming right now is structured around my PT and just making sure that I do it at least twice a week. Because yeah, I'm feeling a lot better, slowly but surely. Yeah. I think I'm gonna have to do a mean thing to myself, which is take my earbuds out and just let you all listen to music because it keeps cutting out for me. Bodybuilding, cool. Hell yes, hell yes. I've never done any bodybuilding. Sorry, the music's gonna stop for a second. Don't worry, I'll get you all back into Diddy Kong Racing Land in just a second. I'll just hang out here in silence. It's fine. The mouse and keyboard aren't plugged in because they make other stuff cut out. It's fine. Okay, desktop audio properties. Just go to here, that's fine. And then I will make you press play. And then I'll actually be able to focus because I get really distracted. I get really distracted by this stuff. So, all right, and then I will mute the TV so we don't get double up. Thank you so much for following. You're amazing. I'm so glad you're here. Yeah, tell me some of your favorite bodybuilding moves. What are your favorite areas to train? And are you somebody who does competitions or do you just like bodybuilding style of training? Because all good, both good. I know that with my history and also my personality, like I had a coach recently who I just like hopped on a call with to like chat with them about their style. And he was really nice, but also was very like, you should do a competition just to like prove yourself that you can. And I was like, you should probably ask me if I have a history of eating disorder first before recommending that. And I found that I was very turned off by that. Just like, yeah, this is like what I recommend everybody to like test to see if you can do it. And I was like, you should never recommend one thing to everybody. That's really not okay. It's probably the exact perfect thing for tons of people. But I remember being like, oh, no, 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 no. Also, you all think I'm cranky now. Imagine me being like, yeah, I'm cutting carbs out. I just don't wanna. And for the people that do want, I'm always like, damn, you're amazing. The discipline, the strength, the ability to flex and pose and look amazing. I think it's incredible, but I just know that's not my jam. So I like when it is people's jam and I can learn about it. But you all know me very well that I really don't like when anybody says that they've got the one single answer. Here's the thing that's definitely good for everyone. No, we're all different. There's some fundamental basics we can apply to different people. But I want individual stuff. Shoulders, arms, and chest. I mean, the curling makes sense. That's good. How them booty gains. Oh, I didn't do any quadruped T-spine stretching. I will have to plug in the mouse and keyboard sometimes. Okay, I'll do some quadruped T-spine stretches. And then I'm gonna do I'll hit some good mornings with one of the kettlebells. And then I'll do, I will do something that's nervous system activating. And then I will get into my PT. And I will occasionally plug the mouse and keyboard in so that I can move that down. Also, Sleep Eater, hello, good to see you. Yeah, I'm finding myself, I'm doing a lot more upper body, just proportionally. It's not a ton of upper body. My workout's not super hard. I mean, it doesn't mean that it's easy, but I'm not doing stuff that's like crazy, crazy strength based, doing a lot of stuff that would kind of be categorized as accessory, very, very PT focused to get out of pain and to get strong in specific ways. So I guess actually there's like some really funny little miniature ways that it's kind of like some bodybuilding I've seen, because I have to do a lot of stuff that's like lateral lift with like armpit forward, very specific, really trying to target certain areas. I bet your anatomy physiology is way more clued in than mine. I can tell you where something gets stronger, and kind of my understanding of kinesiology is inherently pretty good, and I can watch people and make corrections, but don't ask me to, don't quiz me on muscles. And I didn't get that college course. I have a food science degree. Oh my God, Mama Peach, thank you for the raid. Woo, 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 woo. Thank you, everybody. Oh my gosh, welcome on in. 32, what a blast. Welcome to the United Queendom. I'm Claire, or QueenB3atrix, or QB, whatever you prefer. I'm a full-time personal trainer and nutrition coach. I have a food science and technology degree. I'm a recovering alcoholic. I'm a gamer. I'm a lot of things. I'm a cat mom. So yeah, Mama Peach, I will like never forget your name, because I have a cat named PG. First of all, I love Peach, Princess Peach, anyone, whatever. Peach things, the food, whatever. You're amazing. But my cat PG, I call Peach a lot. And people think I say Peach. So yes, we have a dog too, and he's amazing. I identify as cat mom first. She's amazing. Thank you so much. Welcome on in. I'm just doing, I'm rehabbing a shoulder injury with referral pain to here that's actually predominantly driven from weaknesses back here in like little funny rear delts and like head of the tricep. I won't get too technical, I promise, because I don't like to, and also I can't, because I have a certification to be a coach, but I've been doing it for a long time. 3 years is a long time to be coaching, and someday it'll be like 30, and that'll be awesome. But I'm doing very PT focused, trying to get my shoulder a lot happier, doing some specific things around that, and also doing some hingy things today. I'm kind of alternating PT and hinge or PT and squat for like 6 weeks so that I actually do my PT, because what do we all know? Doing the PT is the hardest part, so yes. But yes, everybody make sure you're following Mama Peach 22. Thank you so much, yay! Oh yeah, we game. I'm actually kind of, one thing that's keeping me consistent right now is Princess Peach. Okay, great. One thing I'm doing, what's keeping me consistent right now is that we're going to the Fallout fan celebration in May, that first weekend, and it's like, oh, I want to make sure I'm like, look cute in my like, Fallout gear. It's nice. I like that, I'm not going to be like, I have to look perfect and do like a cut and be hard on myself. Like, no, mostly we're still like, let's put muscle on. We love that for us. Let's put muscle on. But otherwise, yeah, we're just here kicking it, trying to not be in pain and trying to like have a fat ass. Typical stuff. Typical stuff. Sorry, to put my glasses on. Hello. Oh my gosh, wait a minute. Let me make sure I pronounce your name as correctly as possible. Ooh, and I left the mouse and keyboard plugged in like a risky lady. Nacho Man, thank you for following. Welcome to the United Queendom. Okay, unplug the mouse and keyboard, so hopefully the microphone will stay. Oh my God, I can't see anything without my glasses. New festival this weekend, abs and ass. See, Mama Peach is a name that goes multiple ways for being a coach and or a fitness person. We love that. I see you. Okay. With Squidward, I didn't put my contacts in. I forgot. All right, I was doing stuff. Mama Peach, what were you? Speaking of doing stuff, what were you working on today? Yeesh. What were you working on today? In the camp of ladies and people who want to have thighs and ass so big that we suffocate you. Mr. K, you know that I will forget what I'm doing halfway through my sentences at least 90% of the time. This is how we get down. I'm also gonna set the TRX straps up. So I'm doing a lot of push-pull, which is kind of different because I used to really base, and how I do this for most of my clients who aren't actively in PT, I tend to structure things squat pull together, hinge push together, and then do an accessory day if we're doing 3, and then obviously modify from there. And some people I do, we'll do like more like push pull legs, but I don't love, it's a dangerous thing. If you get a push pull legs day from me, like split, you're fucking getting legs every day. You watch out. We're not gonna just be like, yeah, I'll just do everything one day. No. You do, because also the same people then are like, oh, I'm having low back pain, and I'm like, And again, sometimes that works really well for people, but I'm sneaking in, you're getting accessories that use your low body. Even if that's like variations in stances, like if you're hitting like, if we're hitting a contralateral or ipsilateral overhead press, or if we're using any kind of like clean snatch movements, you're gonna be using legs. So I'm not saying that I'm like, go do 40 squats and then you can do your bicep curls. I'm not an asshole. Taliscan knows better than anybody that you get a lot of legs if you work with me. And not just because I'm like, oh my gosh, everyone should like want a bigger booty. Although having like big, strong glutes is like very, very helpful. Not have a fat ass. I missed some stuff, I'm sorry. Say things again if you need to, and I'll come over and I'll check things. So nice to have a little crowd here on this Tuesday of all Tuesdays. Okay, I'm gonna sort of pay attention to my program, I promise. I just don't feel like it today. I just wanna move around and get stuff done. And I love rows, these always make me happy. Yeah. All right, I'm plugging the mouse and keyboard back in one more time to scooch stuff up. I'm gonna just work those good mornings in because I want them for my kettlebell work at the end. Mama Peach, please go eat, raid, run. Thank you again so much. Thank you for trusting me with your amazing community. Welcome in, everybody. Hang out, have a blast. Oh yeah. Taliscan, yeah, those are hard. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I'm not so glad you're a cat person too. That's so great. Leg day is important. All the arms. You can do both, which is so nice. That's one of the things you can do. You can do lots of arms. You can have that be your passion project, and still also get really strong legs. So, okay, I'm gonna be over here. You'll sort of be able to see me. Sorry. For closed fist tricep wall presses. Can we see me? Yes, we're okay. I just won't be able to read anything for a second. 10 per side. Doing these on my right side also, even though that side's not technically injured, but my elbow's been popping and being a little weird. So I'll get these both done. Then I'll come say hi and catch up on chat. Make sure everything's still running smoothly. And anybody in chat, tell me what you're working on. If you ever have questions, let me know. I'm still always taking clients too. It's always, always free to do a consult and connect if you think I'm the right fit for you. I do a lot of program writing for people who don't have any equipment or have really, really tight schedules or limited experience with strength training. Ooh, I always have to back off on the right side because of the elbow. Is like, no, I don't want the transfer force. That's so crazy. I don't know how to do that yet. But yes, my hope as a coach is to bring as much like equity and accessibility and availability in fitness to as many people as possible. Because there's a lot of ways that we gatekeep, not even like people individually, but structurally. There's a lot of accessibility issues with buildings and with training equipment and stuff that doesn't accommodate larger bodies or specific disabilities, or doesn't work well around that for people. And that's basically my focus is on trying to bring more of that to everybody. Oh yeah, and I need to do my little side. I went up to 5 pounds on these. I'm so excited. On my little lay on the floor external rotations. It's a real treat. Also, my apologies because I don't have my earbuds in. If I miss something exciting, please just let me know. I'll try to see it in the feed. But yes, it's good. Horizontal running. Tailskin, it's like, again, we know, because I also get people doing that thing that's like, I need to do more abs. And I'm like, are you just worried that you just don't like that you maybe have a little more like tummy fluff? Because I don't mind what you do, but if you don't like it, we can't target a specific area to make it look more toned. There's no targeted fat loss. So if you're wanting to do the best, if you're looking for body composition changes, we look at nutrition along the way, because that's important to get that stuff kind of, just understood, right? Not restricted, just understood, and see what we might need a little more of or a little less of for optimal health. And then do a bunch of fucking legs. And don't weigh yourself, because your muscles will get really dense. Also, I'm kind of a fan of not weighing yourself at all anyway, but I know some people are comfortable with that, and that's fine. I just don't ever put that on people, and what our understandings of what our weight, quote unquote, should be really, really changes as soon as you start getting muscle on. So, but then, you gotta do legs. They're big muscles. They take a lot of energy to work. So if you want to get like a good full body burn, it's like lats are good, chest is good, but like glutes and hammies and quads are where it's at. And I think that's why people hate them so much, because they really get you. But look at me up to 5 pounds. Isn't this amazing? Oh my God. These in control. Ooh. I can't believe these are so hard too. The one thing I have been neglecting are my little lateral raises though. Although I was up to 3 pounds on them at least for a set, so I should probably check today. Very exciting. I know this is the most riveting, impressive physical feat you've ever seen. Look at her lift the dumbbell up to her side. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. What are my thoughts on intermittent fasting? Oh boy. My first thoughts on all things nutrition are that don't stress about it too much. Stress doesn't help anything. Just ask some questions if you need help. My second thought is if a certain type of eating works really well for you, whether that's for your anxiety, for your digestion, for your budget, for your workday, that's fine. That being said, There is no scientific evidence, or very little, consensus. There's probably some evidence, but there's evidence for a lot of things, at least statistically, which we're not going to talk about statistics that much right now, because a statistical evidence for something occurring doesn't actually mean that it's really going to occur and could be completely corollary. You know what I'm saying? So there's not really a lot of evidence that fasting does anything for us medically. So what intermittent fasting tends to look like for people is another way to restrict their caloric intake, which I am personally not a fan of, because usually thinking about ways of eating that is restrictive just doesn't tend to lead to long-term, healthy, sustainable relationships with food. Again, sometimes it works really well. I do like a very light version of it for digestion. Like I have a pretty long break between dinner and breakfast. Like I usually eat dinner, but sometime between like 6 and 9 p.m. depending on the day, and typically have breakfast again sometime between 9 and noon even. Usually that's on the late side though. Usually it's between like 9 and 11. So we're looking at like a 12-hour quote unquote fast, but that encompasses my sleep, but mostly that's to help with preventing, you know, I'm a little prone to things like heartburn and also constipation and just having general digestive discomfort. Welcome to TMI channel, but this stuff is real and it happens to all of us, and hot bitches get constipated. All right. We all know it. So but within that window, but it's like, I have to play a really fine game because I fucking eat a lot because I'm trying to build muscle and I need the energy, as most people do. So I would say, if I'm gonna be completely honest, I think that intermittent fasting is no different than any other big diet, anything, that you have to be really careful when you enter into it, to make sure it actually works for you well and isn't just another form of restriction. And if you are trying to restrict your caloric intake for a reason, let's talk about why, and make sure that if you are doing that we're doing it in a really healthy way. Does that make sense? Because I personally think, like, again, and also the other thing with intermittent fasting that's the same with like all these fucking diets is, it's like, if you just intermittent fast, it'll fix everything. Bitch, no, it won't. So sick of this shit. It's just marketing. Remember, the health and wellness industry is a multi-trillion-dollar industry, and I know that encompasses a lot, but intermittent fasting is in there, and anything that has like a thing that you can buy, or an influencer whose lifestyle you can buy into, and you can be like, oh cool, this person intermittent fasts, I should intermittent fast, they look great. Any of that shit, it's marketing, it's not based on science and evidence, and it's meant to keep you small and underfed and not feeling good for the most part. A lot of my coworkers would do like a 2-day fast when I was at Performance, and I was just like, great. They were like, yeah, you know, I just feel so like connected and like felt so energetic. I'm like, well, yeah, the different phases of being slightly starved do weird things to you. And I would say the only benefit I can see from stuff like that is, like, I do think there are valid uses of it for like spirituality, for connection, for people who are like going to be in intense survival situations. There's like understandings of our bodies and different reasons to do that. Not to invalidate, you know, give me other reasons that you think are valid, but I just see that as part of big diet culture, once again. So if you want to eat a little bit less, like if you think that you have excess caloric intake for some reason, you don't have to just intermittently fast. Also, because intermittent fasting, it's, again, because you're just like, well, I only have this eating window, so you tend to be full for more of it. That often means that you will miss big groups of nutrients, both macro and micro, that you need to help you feel better. And it just sounds like a terrible fucking time. So, oh. My Insta link doesn't work. Okay, Mr. K, well, you're a mod, so if you want to go to my Instagram and put a link in the chat for me, that'd be great. Thank you. Or send me a message about it, because, you know, I'm not going to remember from the chat. Also, I don't know if you remember this, but there was like a 24-hour stream I was helping coordinate this weekend, and I do 700 things a day. So thank you for the reminder again. Yeah, I know, it takes a second, doesn't it? It's like a task you have to go do. Anyway, Nacho Man, we'll get that fixed. We will get that fixed soon. Okay, let me get my little soup cans out. Wait, I think we can do 3 pounds first. Big Show, I hope that answers your question. And I really try very hard when there's something that I personally have kind of like a negative association with. I really try to leave room the same way I think they do on maintenance phase. It's like, if this is something that works for you, I'm not gonna fucking question that unless I am your coach and you are coming to me for nutrition advice or physical like fitness and coaching. If you're coming to me as the expert, we'll talk about it. But I will always be like, yeah, cool, if that works for you, that's great. That's the thing. Yeah, Squintle. Squintle, Squidward. I feel like you're writing that because I have to squint at the chat. Anyway, we were talking about rant triggers earlier, and we found one. Yeah, a lot of stuff. I think, you know, what really will make a bitch go off is diet culture's roots in white supremacy. Look it up. It'll make you really second guess anything that some like good-looking white dude is telling you should do to get a six-pack. Sorry, good-looking white dudes with six-packs. This isn't personal, you know it's not. Okay. And armpits forward. Woo! We've graduated away from the soup cans. I'm so proud. Mr. K, thank you for grabbing that link. You know, I don't know if you know this, but there's a lot of stuff to manage here behind the scenes. And I do the best that I can. And once again, if you tell me something in this chat, that's not super helpful, you could put it, you are a mod. You could put it in our mod chat in the Discord. Isn't that a fabulous option? Isn't that so great? So I'll actually remember. Doesn't that seem like a way to like, that it'll help? I think so. My microphone's right in my little face. Don't mind. I'll talk a little quiet. And I'm trying to not use my traps. Oh. It's the hardest thing I'll do all day. Woo. Okay. Feeling good? Feeling good. Yes. You can also find me at QueenB3atrix too. Gosh, if God wills it. If God wills it, you say. Excellent. All right. I'm going to start with 15s for my chest press and see how we're feeling. We might be up to 20. We might be up to 20s. Thank you, Mr. K. I appreciate it. Yeah, get many forms. Yes. Well, and I just, you know, again, just be very, anything like that, anyone who's giving you the information, how do they benefit? Because I only benefit in that I want you to have the best information possible, right? That's because and I think that's an important thing to consider with everybody. How does this person benefit from sharing this information with me? And what does this actually mean? And you know, even if I do have a direct benefit, doesn't mean that I'm wrong, but just understanding what someone's motives might be. And most of my motivations are around combating fucked up diet culture. Again, because it's racist and sexist and takes money from people. I don't want someone to take your money who has shitty science, you know? But I also know, and I mean this respectfully to anybody and to myself, like the placebo effect works even when we know that it's a placebo. So I'm sure, like I take a couple supplements, like I take creatine and I take, you know, like a biotin hair, skin, and nail thing. And it's like, I can't really prove that either of those work for myself. There's some studies that prove that they do and do certain things, but I just kind of trust that they do something and it makes me feel good to take them and it doesn't cost me a ton of money and that stuff is very valid too. But just depending, I've heard, I like famously, like I think my worst, I got really unlucky with some consults. I got two of like the scariest people ever. I can air this dirty laundry now because I don't work there. I'm not going to use names, but I had one woman come in literally screaming that she only ate venison and sweet potatoes. Obviously somebody who's like well outside of my scope of practice, like very, very unwell. And she was wearing kind of shorts like this, and she stood in the consult office with me and went like this and went, how could God love somebody who nobody would want to touch with this hideous body? And she was like super thin and she was like screaming about God and like nobody wanted to get her pregnant. And I was like, whoa. I was like, hey, no, I was like, I'm so sorry. She wanted to do bodybuilding. It was like a whole thing. And I was like, you can train here if you contact a registered dietitian and get approval from them and from like a mental health therapist, somebody who clears you for this space. And I was very nice about it. And then she cried and ran out. And I was like, I'm sorry. And then later texted me and was like, thank you for being kind. And I don't mean this in any way to like slander her or to denigrate what she was going through because it was clearly intense. I just mean definitely above my expertise and pay grade. So that was really wild. And then And again, somebody who doesn't need a personal trainer, someone who needs a really, really good therapist. That's, which most of us need. So then my other worst one was this woman, and the first person was around my age. She was like in her late 20s, early 30s, a little younger than me. Second person was in her 50s and came in just super standoffish. Just like came in and was like, yeah, I used to have a coach and I want to coach, so I want to train. And I was like, cool, okay, so tell me a little about yourself. And was just kind of like, why do you want to know? And I was like, so that I can get to know you, because potentially we'll be working together one-on-one and it's helpful for me to know who you are. And then she was very standoffish about that. And and then I said, okay, so what do you eat? We always go through that with our clients because it's such an important part of our health and well-being. And she was super offended that I wanted to know. And I was like, well, I also need to make sure that people who come to train with me have eaten. It's kind of a liability issue. Like, this is actually something that we have to be comfortable talking about. And she was like, my husband and I eat one meal a day. And I was like, okay, so what was the process in coming to that decision to be, OMAD people or whatever? And she was just like, I don't know, it just works for us. We like it. Why do you? And she was so mean. She was so mean and so standoffish. And I remember being like, not to question you that it just works for you, but that isn't something that people typically just do all of a sudden. That has a lot of reasoning behind it for whatever. And she wouldn't explain it at all. And the only reason I don't think she's like the worst person I've ever met is that my friend's puppy was in the gym and she smiled at the puppy. And I was like, you're gonna be all right, lady. But I'm not working with you. You're really scary. It was really scary. It was so scary. Those are my two worst ones. Oh, I did also, I had one other woman, but it was just funny, who came in and was like the second person ever who was like, you're probably not an alcoholic. I was an alcoholic too, and now I drink all the time. It's totally normal. I have like a 6-pack Saturday and Sunday. It's great. You're gonna be fine. You should just start drinking again. And I was like, you're the second alcoholic to tell me that I can drink again. That's so wild. I was like, no. I was like, your misery does not need my company. But she was really sweet. I liked her. I was just like, no. I was like, that's a really fucked up thing to tell somebody who's trying to quit drinking. You should just keep drinking. Eventually you'll figure it out. No. What are we doing? And those are some of my inside the gym studios, behind the scenes. Big show. Good. I hope so. You should listen to Maintenance Phase 2. They're great. Taliscan, Taliscan has a testimonial. Yes. I know, Mr. K. I thought it was crazy. All right, we're doing some bear plank knee ups, and then I am going to focus on doing some glute thing. Do I have another PT thing? No. Okay. I've been doing reps with these, so I'm sorry if this sounds weird because I have to breathe. I'm sorry if I have to breathe. But I've been doing 8, I worked up from 6. So hands are pretty close. So then we go up into like a little baby handstand. And then we come back down. And I have to breathe right into the microphone. I am so sorry. It's just where it is. Oh boy. Feel hard today. Oh my God. Ugh. Graceful landing, as I do. I gave one of my clients this rear foot elevated RDL that I'm gonna do today, which I think will be fun. Let's me grab a 25. A 25. That'll be a good time, I think. Damn, I really should just go get my glasses. Okay, one foot up, basically all the way back, foot back behind off of the bench. And then otherwise, RDL. We'll do 8 per side, nice and slow. I like these because you can go quite low while still getting the hip nice and back. They're funny because they don't feel that hard, but they also feel like they'll make you really sore. I'll go a little heavier next round. Whoa. Grab the 30s. But they're very stable. Very nice single leg emphasis. I'm here for that. feel it all the way down on the calf. Nice. We did a round. It just took me an hour because I got talking about intermittent fasting. Needs more awkwardness. I know, just breathing with no apologizing. I'll do it. Yes, Mr. K. I know, the 1 meal a day, whatever. I called out a big creator who I unfollowed the other day who has like 1.2 million followers and just had a whole thing that was like a carousel of like 1 meal a day. Here's what I eat every day. And it was just one fucking meal. And it was like, here's my steak and asparagus. I'm like, sauerkraut and like pressed juice. Here's my thing. It's first of all, not enough caloric intake every day. Just not, and just missing major gaps, but very, very kind of like beef tallow pilled. And I was like, and the whole thing was just like, this just like works really well for me. So I'm gonna just like show all of you, and like this works really well for me. And like, here's a picture of my body in my like tiny clothes, looking hot and strong. And like, this works really well for me, but like, I'm just sharing. And it's like, this is fucking negligent as fuck. I was like, you cannot have a platform this big and not have everything you do be advertising. There's also, it's just an N of one, no scientific backing, no real research done, just like, this like works for me. I'm a hot lady and I have all these followers. So like, I don't know, if you wanna do it, I guess you can, but like, just like, don't let big medicine tell you it's bad for you. It's like, oh, great. Yeah, this is good. I love this for society. So got a hard unfollow. I think I followed her for like mobility stuff. She's good at least in theory. Somebody that big, you got a team. No one's doing that on their own. Doesn't mean what she knows about that is bad. But I'm not really just like take the good stuff and like ignore the bad stuff. I'm like, no, I'll just go find somebody who doesn't have shitty perspectives and values, who also knows that stuff. Because none of this is fucking rocket science. Yeah. So if you see people doing that, just unfollow them. And I was feeling bad. I was having kind of a feisty day, and I was just like, bitch, what the fuck are you doing? I'm actually going to switch where this is plugged in. 1 second. Hello? All right, that's back in. Okay, I really appreciate you all helping, but also once one of you said it, I won't be able to hear you if a bunch of you say it, right? Like, it's not text to speech. So like, yes, but sexy poses with no mic, because I was making fun of a creator. How long is my mic out? Whatever, I was just talking the same shit. Just like people being like, yeah, I'm just showing you. I'm just like showing you what I do. Oh yes. KO, hello. Thank you. She's gonna be finished soon. I gotta do more blood splatter that way. I'm gonna try to get that done this week. And then my little thing will be printed. My little avatar will go up on the wall. No, Squidward. Squidward, I don't know if you've noticed this, but like telling me to do anything that I don't feel like doing like doesn't work out well. Also, hi, Zaraya. I'm just showing you my truth. This data I have collected that is just me. And that's why, I mean, I talk about my recovery journey a lot, and if people want to talk to me personally, I do. And I'm, you know, there are things that I strongly believe about health and fitness and social justice and, you know, kind of what people should have access to and how we should treat people's bodies. And there are things that I have very strong opinions about, like, don't get me wrong. But I try to be really, really careful, and probably to my own detriment a little bit. Like I don't put out some content because I'll go to record it and be like, there's a lot of nuance here and I don't think I can capture it properly. So I don't make it because it seems irresponsible. And I'm not gonna do it just to like start an argument because I'm angry enough. Why would I wanna rage bait people? That seems mean. I'm, you know, already kind of cranky all the time. But yeah, I just, you know, you all aren't stupid. You know, I'm stupid sometimes, but only about funny things usually. And so I think we're all pretty good at like remembering, as soon as we kind of clue back in and go, oh yeah, shit, this is an ad. This is all just an ad. It's like an important thing. And like my, you know, my accounts are ads too. I want people to follow and I'd love people to work with me, but I don't have the ego to think that I'm the only entertainment that someone needs or that I'm everyone's flavor of coach. And I want people to have good information. I'm more likely to pass somebody off to a better coach, like to help someone find the right fit, than I am to like act like I fucking know it all, and because I don't and no one does. And even if someone does, what if you don't get along with them and you don't like them? And that's not gonna be fun, you know? You could have the smartest, best coach in the world, and what if they're a dick to you? That's stupid. But yeah, Kale, what's up? Yes! I'm doing a lot of PT. Okay, band bilaterally doing this guy, like the standing. Yes. Yeah, and I've got the little, I'm doing a little supported. I got my little towel under my arm. It's a little hard to see with the sweatshirt, but to keep it stabilized, because my issues are, yeah, far away, external rotation without support. Although now I can do like all of this stuff without pain. This used to be like, I could still sort of, we get to here and this stuff sort of feels unstable. Maybe categorize it like a 1 out of 10, but we can lift back up with relative control without a ton of like shoulder compensation. Ah, impingement stuff sucks. Wide grip, yeah, and so do you find that neutral grip is a lot more comfortable? That's how I am too. Neutral, a little close to center of mass, a little internally rotated, even like underhand works well for me. Yeah, neutral causes the same issue. Oh, wide neutral. Can you do close? Hopefully, yeah. Towel scan. Oh, have fun working. Also, sorry, KO with a D. I'm gonna do my little lateral raises with, I've graduated from soup cans to 3-pound dumbbells. We're doing amazing. Bye, tallest Ken, we love you. Overhead neutral, oblique grip. There it was, fine, great. Yep, so as soon as you bring it in closer to center of mass, that's how I am too. Very, very common. A lot of people, it's like, you don't want somebody on lateral raises without any support, but a lot of people can do overhead, or you can do single arm, or there's lots of options. It sounds like you know your stuff, and that you also definitely maybe have one other person in your life who's helping you with that too. Are you a coach also? Tell me what you got going on while I do my 10 little lifts with my little armpits forward. Everyone's favorite time. It's just not the soup can time anymore because I can do 3 pounds. It's amazing. They still smoke me though, folks. And I still can't count. Oh no. I did want to know more about how the Artemis 2 was doing too, and how their Outlook internet was going. Oh my God. I might be doing soup cans for the last set. Okay. And I know I said I was like gonna go a little slow on the chest press and be like, oh, when 15 feels good, I'll do 12 reps instead of 10. But 15 is feeling like easy peasy. So I'm gonna go up to 20s, which is fun because I started at 10 like 3 weeks ago. Okay, streamer helped me with the pre-up plan. That's awesome. Well, you're clearly already, you're very knowledgeable and training hard for something, which is cool. I will be able to do a pull-up someday. Got to get the shoulder fixed first. And then my friend Quinn said he'd come and teach me jujitsu. And that's all I really want. That's what we train for. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Back to 20s. So we reintroduced chest press. Yeah, just about 3 weeks ago, because I hadn't done any in like a year because it was too ouchy. And floor press is good because it gives me a natural barrier so we can't overextend on the way down. And neutral grip, nice and close. Doesn't hurt at all. And I love chest press. So I was very sad. I talk a lot of shit because I'm like, we gotta have, because people do often overdo it, right? And we end up with shoulder issues from doing too much chest because we're not doing enough back to balance things out. And it's kind of crazy how many issues happen because one part of your body is really strong and it's so much stronger that it kind of messes up the other side. So it's not necessarily even like an injury. That's kind of what happened to me. My lats just like hella out-competed everything else. The lats were doing everything. So when I would go to do specific things, it started to be painful, which is crazy. Yes, the wide grip is like, yeah. Bulk right now, hauling more weight. Nice, we love bulk time. What's your bulking food that you go to? Because one of my friends used to do bowls of Cocoa Puffs or Cocoa Krispies. You'd have dinner and then have like 2 bowls of cereal, which I thought was really fun. Yes. Yay when you dislocate everything. JJ, did that happen to you? Oh, Granny, did that happen to you? Oh my God. Just shitloads more of it. Cool, nice. One of my friends was like, I'm gonna add in, just started eating way more cheese bagels from Costco, which I thought was good. All right. I think I can do 8 of these. Oh wait, I guess I'll do it kind of sideways because then you can see my weird shit a little better and then it'll be set up for my RDLs. How much time is it? I'm rambling a lot today. Okay, it's been almost an hour. To be fair, had a lot of random tech issues. I don't know what the microphone wants from me. Rode Mike, what do you want? I love you so much. You're so useful for so many things. You don't do this in the office. You just do it right here with the little mini PC. Why don't you like the mini PC? Why don't you like the mouse and keyboard? They're also so helpful. All right. Oh my gosh, these are so hard today. It's because my hips are so sad. I think I'm only doing 6. I'm really getting smoked on those, especially because I took my chest press up. Just saying. Starting pizza to bulk all boobs. We like boobs. Sounds like you have a good setup. I'm just gonna say, you don't want titties? That's fine. I guess not everybody does. That's the beautiful part of being human. We can all just do what we want. Nicely. Jesus, worst setup ever. What am I doing? Okay. Feeling good on 8 per side here, especially a little heavier. And I do have shoes on because my feet are a little sore from the convention still. I know that was a week ago. We walked a lot. And I like having a little bit of support while I recover. These are a lot spicier than they look. Okay, and I get to use the 30s, the dirty 30s, the shirty dirlies. Yeah, I'm a fan. I got it, it's fine. Focus. Big toe, stay down. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Probably gonna be sore tomorrow. That's good. Also, okay, I'm older. If I start eating pizza, will my boobs get bigger? That'd be great. Granny, yes, I see what you're talking about. I thought you were talking about the dislocation stuff, and I was like, damn. Yeah, it's pretty common. Yeah, my lats were like, we got this. Don't let any of the other muscles do shit. It wasn't a good system. What's BJJ? What are we talking about? Oh, okay, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Okay. Oh yeah. My friend teaches at Oregon State. I see, okay, sometimes people skip the boring parts. I heard it's not really recommended to do that with a lot of sports, right? Like my main sport, it's horseback riding. You gotta do a lot of boring stuff because it gets super fucking dangerous super fast, even on like a really nice, chill, experienced little animal or whatever. Oh, I skipped my wall presses. Let me do those. I'm just gonna do these one more time. And then I'll go back to my rows. I know I only did good mornings one time. That's all I felt like doing. Deal with it. We're getting plenty of glutes with my little RDLs, and I'll do some kettlebell stuff at the end. It'll be fun. Yeah, but I'm excited. I haven't really done, again, I know it seems funny to talk about, like honestly, dressage is the closest I've done to a martial art, aside from stuff when I was a kid at camp in the summer. These are a great primer for a press day. Just saying. Tons of tricep. I have one last glute thing I'll do today for sure. It's gonna look really funny. It's not gonna look like anything's going on. Just an iso hold, but I haven't done them in a bit and they're really good. Okay, that's enough of that. Keep coming over. Fundamentals are important. Yeah. Good instruction. That's like, you know, whenever I'm at a restaurant and our server isn't like doing the best job ever, I'm like, training issue. Not that person's fault. Damn it. Sorry, Zeke was barking, my phone buzzed. Checking to make sure if there was someone here or not. Also, the mat might slide a little bit, we'll find out. I'm doing these kind of light today, I just realized, but it's fine. I think it's just my neighbors outside. They're cool. I say loudly, but it is true. We talked about food a lot today. I'm very hungry. Yeah. Woo! If you have TRX straps, you can do that, and it's a great time. Okay, and I'm doing this thing. You can't see it because it's all right off camera, but I just have all my shit spread out. It's one of the perks. Home gym. I don't push it away. I will eventually, but I get to just use everything. Hashtag blast. Okay, last set here, 5 pounds feeling groovy. Probably be on 5 pounds for one more week because it's still plenty hard. But feeling good. Any of this stuff being pain-free is still wild to me, so that's exciting, and it gets things strong. I know this isn't like, I said this before, these aren't big sexy things, but damn, stuff that gets you out of pain is always amazing. And also, I'm routinely shocked at how much stronger I'll get for other things through these simple movements, especially like those wall presses. Those bear planks are crazy. That's such a core core, quad, hip flexor, upper body burn. Kind of hitting failure. I'll do 1 or 2 more. Oh yes. Maybe 1 more, just because we don't have pain. They're just getting really hard. Okay, but we can still move. I don't know if you could tell that I was starting to hit that little sticky spot here. That means we're technically kind of to a failure range. But that's all right. Okay, done with those. That's good. Let's hit our little lateral raises. Chest press with 20s. Oh shit. Bear plank 1 more time, RDLs 1 more time, and then we'll play around with kettlebells for 10 minutes and then I'll go. Because I gotta go eat. We've got lasagna. Got leftover lasagna. We got egg salad. Lots of sourdough bread, homemade. I got some watermelon. Thud. Oh, I didn't use the soup cans. Oh. I could feel my butt muscles were trying to help me with that last rep. My whole back body just like, we can do this. You got this. Okay, great. Done with those. Chest press, chest press. Get jacked. Get swole. Just like a little bit. It's my favorite. It's my favorite. AJ, me too. All the types of sexy things are good. I'm a big fan. Oh, okay. Ugh. I'll do some more stuff with the barbell next week. Maybe hit some back squats or something. Hit some RDLs. Some real ones. Yeah, come here, you. Can be a little dodgy with the right arm because it's fine. But yeah, 20 pounds. Let's go, baby. Feeling smooth. Because I was up to 35s before my shoulder got injured, and no chest press didn't injure my shoulder, but having some muscle weaknesses in certain areas did. But it was actually a cross-body movement that was the final nail in the coffin. I'm gonna do 12 because I can. Groovy, no problem. Damn! We love that. That's good stuff. Also because, you know, in some ways, regular chest press is harder because you can get slightly wider range of motion. In other ways, floor press is harder because you stop. And if you're coming here and you can kind of just immediately go like, oh, we're gonna push that back up. But if you have to come and stop and then drive back up, means that if I was comfortable being out away from my center, that I would be easily pushing 20 plus on regular bench press, which is great. Because I'd like to get back up to, I'd like to get to 35 on flat back. 30 on incline would be very nice. I would be happy, happy, happy. These are the only goals I work on. Really. It's like, how big can the buns and thighs be? Within reason. Ah! And I laughed so hard I fell over. How big can the buns and thighs be? How little pain can we be in? And what's that number on that plate? I also like a lot of the technical things, like kettlebell stuff is very like esoteric, right? Like my goals around it are not as specific. It's more about it feeling really good. And that's the same thing with this stuff too, but. I think I did 9, but that's fine. We'll do 9 on the other side. Groovy. Spread the toes wide. Send that hip back. Oh, that's a spicy hinge. Like I said, it doesn't look that spicy, but it's pretty spicy. Okay. Give myself a little space. Ditch the sweatshirt. So we can do some kettlebell stuff. Kettlebell stuff is fun. I'm still an amateur, but we're getting better. Yes, working past and yes, doing like a stopped bar is really good. Yeah, and for, oh yeah, sorry, I see what you mean. Yeah, floor is great for, just gotta do a different variation too. You can do kettlebells pretty easily from the floor. You can work in a glute bridge, you know, all sorts of stuff. It's a little easier to do than on a bench, and it's just good to have the variety. Our brains really like it, and it's kind of consistent enough. We're still working the same thing. But yeah, I'm a fan. All right, let me ditch the sweatshirt just because of the dongles. I don't want that hitting me in the face. Go for the barrel chested look. I mean, so outside of things specifically like with thyroid issues, we don't really have any control over our metabolisms. Sorry, that's not a sexy thing to say. You know, if I was like, the one trick that will keep your metabolism. The one trick that will keep your metabolism on fire. Let me say that all again because I forgot I had a mic. I said, spoiler alert. Thank you, Marlon. Spoiler alert. Don't really, unless you have a thyroid issue, like that you're specifically getting treatment for, there aren't things that change your metabolism. Like green tea doesn't, coffee bean extract, stuff doesn't change. I know I had to put it down, sorry, Marlon. But I put it down, you think I'd remember. Metabolism's gonna change how it's gonna change as we age. Unless we have like a medical condition, again, that we're getting treatment for, there aren't like things that change your metabolism. And your metabolism also can kind of vary day to day a little bit, like just sort of how we're storing food, how we're digesting. So if any of this shit out there that's just like, this jacks up your metabolism, no. So what's the best thing that you can do? Just keep moving. Keep movement because you can have great metabolic health, right? So which is more about functioning of your organs, functioning of your nervous system, functioning of your musculoskeletal system, which is most predominantly impacted by movement and also by nutrition. Because we have to get the ingredients in so that as we move through our body and break things down, that things can rebuild in a healthy way. But there isn't something like, I just don't want you to, again, this is one of those things that sounds kind of like, oh shit, what do you mean? I have no control over this. But actually it's a good thing because it means you don't have to worry about it. It means you can focus your energy on other things and not specifically on how do I manipulate my metabolism. Because again, unless you are getting medicated for a specific metabolic disorder, there aren't things you can do to your metabolism. So, trainers hate this one secret for metabolic incinerator. KO, I like you a lot. I hope you hang out. Yeah, and like this is a really hard part. It's a really hard thing for coaches like me who aren't like, if you do this one move every day for the rest of your life, everything will be perfect. Oh my God, no more stress, no more pain, yay. No, I don't do any of that sexy shit. I'm always like, hey, let's talk about nutrition. So there's like a lot of different ways to do this right. And like, it kind of depends on like your socioeconomic status and what you like and what you dislike and what your cooking skill ability are and what the space area you have to cook in and you know, where you grew up and you know, who you have to feed also. And it's just kind of complicated. It's complicated. It's not as sexy of a thing as like this one quick fix. So if you see any of that one quick fix bullshit, unless that one quick fix is be nicer to yourself, it's all a lie. Might be well-intentioned. Might be a well-intentioned lie. I feel that. Like that happens too. There's lots of people who are trying to do things, you know, they think that they've got an answer that worked for them, that they want to help other people with. I get that. But usually, it's just not that simple. And I'm just gonna play around while I talk a little bit. I'll check chat intermittently. Don't mind me. Just doing some floor cleans, just because I want repetition and practice. Because I want my kettlebell stuff to stay tight. Doesn't have to be heavy. Kettlebells can be nice and light. More about how you move through. Okay. Pass that over. Let's hit some kickstand swing cleans for funsies. Actually, I should warm up my swings first, probably. Smoke ayahuasca. I mean, that might fix some stuff. Yeah. Yes, AJ. Keep moving. We're just, we're all gonna get older. Disability is a club that any of us will probably enter at any point in our lives. And also, if we live long enough, we probably will enter into like some sort of disabled status as an elderly person. And kind of what that looks like, whether that's vision or physical or hearing or, mental, we just do the best that we can to take good care of ourselves now. That does lay down kind of a preventative layer for certain things and keeps our bodies, a little easier to keep moving in the right way. So yeah, And again, just keeping these light. This guy's just 15 pounds. I guess I could do a little hingier today versus squattier. This hingier, not squattier. You can see the difference. Squattier, hingier. A lot of it just has to do with the path of the bell. And down. Gorgeous. And even though that's only 15 pounds, I'm gonna take a break because I get fucking winded. Because kettlebells are hard. Turns out tossing a 15-pound bell around your body, it's a ball of metal. It's heavy. Well, a lot of supplements that are like fat burning things. First of all, the maintenance phase episode on whoever that fucking company is who owns like Hydroxycut, that shit was even crazier than I expected. I don't want to spoil anything, go listen to it. You already know all that stuff is bad and a scam, so just go listen to it. But all that stuff too, like, fucking Dr. Oz, his green coffee extract bullshit's all just a fucking lie. They have their like sweet potato syrup, which has like been shown to be like helpful for some people with like types of diabetes and like sensitive like to insulin, but does like nothing else. It's all just a fucking scam. But a lot of the stuff that's like fat burner, blah, 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 aside from just being like a dangerous stimulant, like stuff like that just constantly fucking fries your nervous system. It'd be like drinking way too much fucking caffeine every day. And I don't mean like your couple cups of coffee. I mean just like a lot. It puts your body under constant stress. And then you don't recover properly. So even if you see short-term gains, you will have a massive rebound because you've just like stressed your body out. Like you would see great fucking weight loss if you had to go fucking run across the fucking Arctic tundra for 4 weeks. And then all of a sudden you got back to civilization. And you're like, oh, I guess I can eat and relax again. It's kind of the same fucking thing. Just don't believe it. Just keep doing what you're doing. Over 20 years, KO, you're amazing. Okay. Creatine, yeah. Oh, okay, there was like one thing that worked, but like might be bad. Yeah, and creatine's great. Like creatine's one of the ones that like, again, I don't mean to, there's actually pretty good evidence around creatine. And even if it doesn't do a lot, which I think it does something, there appear to be no downsides. Like, no, I take it every day, so yeah. KO, I love your 20 years of gym experience. Oh man. Yeah, AJ, and I can tell you from personal experience, it really fries your fucking nervous system and really fucks up your sleep schedule and your bank account, big time. All right, so I'm gonna do kickstand swing, which is gonna look like this, but we're gonna do it to a clean, and then I'm gonna give it a little press with a little turn, bring it back down. We're just gonna do 5 per side. This is kind of a baby windmill, just with balance stuff. Okay. Weirdly, so hard. It's like, you want to like get a really good burn in a short amount of time, get warmed up and just do anything with kettlebells. This is gonna be non-dominant side. So it's gonna be a little confused, but again, that's injured shoulder. Doing fine. And I 100% am just like, the purpose of this stuff today is just to try some things out and see how some movements feel. Okay, so we'll do some of those. I guess I'll actually do, let's see. That's kind of windmilly enough. I know it's not a true windmill because I'm in a kickstand, so I'm like tilting in, but I'm getting into a little rotation. I'll do some lateral swings. Those are super glutey, and those I can go a little heavier. And that together, that pair should be really good. We can do some schwangs too if we want. This might be a little heavy for that, but looks really silly, but you can swing the bell all sorts of ways. That was just a random demo. I'm not doing those again. He schwang. You know, good cocaine doesn't make you grind your molars off, but there isn't such a thing anymore. / probably never was. Give the anime intros for all of them. Okay, what's my, I've done these a lot as single arm or good mornings. Let me figure out, let me make sure I have my stance. So this has like a slight, I probably want to do these single arm. We can do them double arm, that'll be fine. I've got right foot slightly back because what I'm doing, probably easiest to see this way, is I'm actually like leaning into straight back here. And then as I kick forward, and you can start my ass, it's okay, I'm in shorts and I'm instructing, it's fine. As I lean forward, I'm actually gonna kind of angle towards that wall. So as I come down, my chest is gonna be slightly forward as this hip goes back, and then we drive off over there. I think I've given these to Taliscan, at least in a good morning format, but they're super single leg glutey, hella fucking single leg glutey. And this is a 20-pound bell, 25 pounds. It should be heavy. I'll do 8 to 10 per side because I'm not gonna do a ton of rounds because I gotta go eat food. Okay, but I'm pulling at an angle from like 45 degrees out this way because that's gonna be my finishing spot on my swing. Coming in, going up. I think these should work fine this way. Heavy. Eight is fine at that weight. Probably tell it gets a little hard to, I'm trying to drive off of that planted leg. What's for lunch? I don't know. There's some leftover veggies I'm gonna eat, and then maybe some egg salad. I do think this works a little better one-handed, but we've done them double-handed, I'm like 90% sure. It's not terrible, it's just, again, just like tapping into the parts of our range of motion where we're not just on this like plane directly to the front, where we're scooching, we're intentionally taking it in a different range. Can be fun. I feel like those feel a little bit sloppy. Like I'm doing something weird. Again, maybe I'll try them single arm, a little lighter next round. They might just be slightly too heavy for me, which is fine. Because like 25 pounds on regular swings is like groovy, but on the angle, I'll take those into single arm and go down to 15s. Yeah, a lot of the stuff you'll see. So I took the functional kettlebell training the summer of 2024 and just recently retook it online because they had an alumni discount. It was like 200 bucks. I was like, just these VODs are gonna be worth 200 bucks. Clifton Harsky runs it. He's great. His wife stepped in and did a couple of the classes when he was sick. She's amazing. I can't remember her name. Well, it's Amy or Anna, and I don't want to get it wrong. So she's really cool. We're focusing on other stuff, so I'm bad with the names sometimes. But so basically all of my kettlebell tutorial stuff, anything that I've learned is from them. And yeah, it's great. Also, I can't hear the music, so let me know if it's still decon racing. Somebody let me know if we've gone to something weird. I guess I'll plug stuff back in and check. You guys don't have to produce for me. And this gives me a little rest. Yeah, and I really like, okay, did it just stop? No, it's just going back through all of it again. Perfect, that sounds great. Yeah, I like a lot of the stuff they do. We do a lot of like half kneeling stuff. The one thing they don't go through is Turkish get-ups. I think they have a video for it, but because it's not just for like, hey, let's teach you about kettlebells. It's how do we teach you how to coach people how to use kettlebells? It's open to whoever, but it's very much designed for coaches. And most coaches, like, I never fucking would have had the time. Like the client that I would be coaching on Turkish get-ups would already know how to do them, and I would be there like, spotting and helping with things that they couldn't see. It's a really, you're seeing, a lot of my clients I would see for 30 minutes. I can't teach you, we'd be doing like, okay, here's part 1 of this 10-part movement, and then we'll talk about it. We'll do that, I don't know. They're really cool, I really like them, but yeah, it's just, right, hingier, but a little heavier. Boop. And you'll notice I'm very careful on my pickup and I put down. Very true. Completely agree. And I use portions like we did poolside presses in the class, just like propped up off the floor here and doing like shoulder press. So that's like very similar to a portion of a Turkish get-up where you're still using a lot of parts of your body. You've got like the stability of the arm is down, engagement of the oblique and side body, and like pressure from one foot straight like through the other. Like it sneaks in a lot of things. But yeah, it's not quite doing the whole thing. Okay, I'm gonna just do a couple snatches per side, swing snatches for some practice, and then I'll do my little snatch, kickstand snatch swing with press. Whoop, caught my leg a little bit. Feeling pretty good. Sorry, I'm slightly off camera. Okay, left side's a little bit stickier. Thank you. Me too, I got it at C2E2. Aiko Hemi, hello. Yes, I'm going to the Fallout fan celebration. Thank you so much for following. Welcome to United Queendom. I'm not playing any Fallout on Twitch this week, but I should be next week. This week, I don't know if the poll's closed yet. Community's picking my next game as an extra life milestone. So, but there's lots of Fallout on my YouTube as it grows, just lots of stream archives. But yeah, I hadn't seen this design. I can't remember the company I got it from. That's bad of me, but it's great. Okay. Whoop, a little up and over. Just a little stickier on this side. But fair enough. It's my non-dominant side. It gets to be sticky. It doesn't know what it's doing, it's so good. It's a tie. Who's gonna go break the tie? Someone join the Discord. Join the Discord. I'm gonna do it on time. Good, okay, let's do, just gonna do one more set of my clean to my little like cheater windmill press. Clean, kickstand swing, cheater press, windmill, and then we'll do single arm of the lateral swing, because I think that feels a little bit better. Yeah, I'm sure you can do it with two hands, but it just feels a little clunky. And Clifton would probably be like, what are you doing? We never did that. I'm like, well, it seems like we could. I might just be doing it wrong, you know? All right, 5 per side here. And I'm kicking this leg back because I'm swinging into the inner thigh of this leg. This gets a little clunky, so you can, but I find with the single arm that we're coming across and thumb back a little more easily. Feels comfortable. You can do both, but this is my preference. Again, just a little rotation, and I'm looking up at the bell. Get a little side body. Nice and easy. Bell rotates around through. Still sending the hips back. Getting a lot of woo, single leg emphasis. How do people talk and do this? That's amazing. Okay. Switch it up, switch it up. Send it over, up, press, and down. Back, press, up. Okay, one more. Yeah, okay. Very good. And I know, it's like, oh, that's not very much, you're not doing a lot. Yeah, I know, you don't have to. I guarantee I'll be like, oh, what did I do yesterday? What was that? Good, good, good. Yes, please jump in the Discord. There isn't anything specifically going on soon. There's a movie marathon in May. I've got a bunch, honestly, there's so many movie redeems. I am no shit. I'm like, okay, June is gonna be crazy. I'm gone like 3.5 weeks of the month with travel. And I was like, okay, what am I gonna wanna do when I get back? Put the like guest bed in here and watch movies on this TV all weekend. So anybody who's got a movie redeem, I'm gonna like block out a whole weekend, like fucking 4th of July weekend, I don't give a shit. I'm not doing anything. Actually, that's not true. We might be going to our friend's 4th of July party. Maybe the weekend right after. And we'll watch movies for like 8 hours a day for 2 days. That way we'll get them all caught up. And then I can take a little sleep if it's one I've already seen. It'll be great. All right, let's try these single arm. This will feel a lot better. Again, I'm just like fucking around and also trying to remember things that I've learned recently and relearned. Lots of, like, kettlebells have a lot of stuff going on. So if I get something wrong, it's fine, because I'm not hurting myself or you. And just be careful. I would say be careful with kettlebells, so if you haven't used them. Talk to somebody. Talk to a coach. Because they're weird. They're very fun, but they're weird. Okay, I'm gonna keep these pinky back this whole time, just so I don't have to worry about any rotation. And we're gonna kick back, drive forward. That feels a lot better. Probably add a little more rotation. Yeah, I think these are just hard. Really feel myself slow down towards the end. But I think that's because I just need to feed. Yeah, I'll probably start with some watermelon while I'm cooling down. And then I don't know, can I see what's, yeah, eat those veggies. And then, like I said, we've got lasagna or egg salad, or there's like frozen like soup dumplings and Indian food and all sorts of stuff in the house. But I usually pick based on what I think needs to get consumed first. Not always based on what I want, because there's plenty of things that I want. So, yeah. Okay. Now, other hand. See, my brain was like, what do we do? What do we even do? Gotta be a little snappier. off that right leg. Cha. Done. Workout over. KO, you too. Yes, thank you so much for being here. I'm trying to hit my workouts every Tuesday. Hopefully I'll see you again. It's been great talking to you. And yeah, I love all of your knowledge and experience. And I hope that your stuff gets feeling better too. Let's get both of our arms and shoulders back to normal. And you doing more pull-ups, and I'll do more chest press, and also be able to like hug people because it's this movement that hurts sometimes. Hug people. Very sad. Cash, hello, just in time. Done with my kettlebell things. Just wanted to do a little baby kettlebell finisher. And I will stretch for a minute because it's good to stretch and cool down. And I did get the rest of the stall mats for the floor. So they'll go in over here soon. If there's a mod around who can do Mr. K, can you get shout outs for Mama Peach 22, please? Who rated with so many awesome people. Thank you to everybody else that followed today. I am 30 Curl and 50, such a good name. Nacho Man, we got you. Newest person whose name I'm gonna butcher unless I go actually read it. Oh yeah, Eco Ami, hello. Thank you for joining the night, Queen. Thank you for being here. Everyone make sure you're following Mama Peach. Oh, and Mama Peach. Come see Peach in the Discord. And remember what Dr. Jackie said. If we're having pain, what's the most common thing people do? The most common thing people do is try to stretch it away. It's not stretching. It's usually not stretching, although stretching can feel really good and it's okay to stretch. But stretching isn't usually the thing that fixes it. So make sure you're doing a combination. Oh, this side is so tight. What did I do? Oh, so tight. Are you okay here? Oh. Honestly, that's the side that gets like pinchy. So we're just gonna do this. Just gonna lay on the ground. This is technically stretching, so you're welcome. It doesn't have to be crazy. You can just be like, yay, low back, mobilization. Yay. Probably very funny with whatever Diddy Kong Racing song is playing, but that's how we roll. Okay. Yeah, I obviously got ranting about a lot of shit. The easiest way to just get me distracted as hell is to be like, Claire, what do you think about whatever diet trend? And I'm like, what do I think? Let me tell you what I think. And it's just very, very silly. Okay, let me move the camera down so you can see me while I do stuff. Come on, camera, come here. Come over here with me. We'll hang out over here because I'm going to sit right here with the box of chips. Marlon, thank you for being here. I love you so much. Thank you everybody for being here. Squidward, I will hydrate so much. Thank you. Let me plug the, I can't move the mic, still being such a bitch. These were expensive. Sometimes expensive things are worse. Okay, who's on? Oh, what's this? Uh-oh. I think that, oh, what? What? Oh God. It's fine. Sure. I don't care anymore. I don't care anymore. All right, let's make Twitch big enough that I can actually see who's on. Akila's on. We're gonna go to Akila. I am like 99% sure. Let's go to Akila, who just changed her name to Akila Plays. Yeah, she's been on for 2.5 hours. We'll catch her. We'll catch her so good. All right, good job, everybody. I will see you on Friday for community game. Whatever gets picked. I'm very excited to see. Very excited to see if it's PC Build Simulator or whatever the fuck else. What was the other? Oh yeah, Plague Tale Innocence. They're both Extra Life redeems. One was a D100 from Line Grid and one was a community milestone because I thought it would be funny. And yeah, I bet it was good, Cash. I just don't know if it was royalty free or not because I forgot. Forgot to check and then don't have my earbuds in. So, all right, raid is happening. That's enough for me. Thank you all so much to the new followers. Welcome in to the United Queendom. Welcome into my little gym of ranting and reps and raving. Maybe we'll just actually have a rave sometime. That'd be great. And yeah, big show. You're amazing. No, I loved it. I don't mind. I like to talk about it. It's just funny how predictable I am. All right, everybody, I have nothing else to shout out right now, aside from the Quest for Glory Chapter 1 was released on the Plague Pals YouTube channel. Go play it now, check it out, like it, comment, see what the story looks like. Emily put in like 3,000 hours of work into it. You can hear my lovely voice acting along with like 30 other people, amateurs and professionals alike, who have voiced over this classic point-and-click adventure that didn't have an original voiceover, and we decided to do that. So, oh my God, Akila. I was rating you, Akila. I got. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. That's what I get for talking for 6 seconds too long. No, Akila, how's it going? Oh, everybody make sure you're following Akila. Akila, I like the new name. Okay, so I've got Dan the Tool is on playing Apex Legends, or I always love going to see Dipped in Poison, who's doing just chatting. She does tarot. She's fabulous. Juve is a big streamer who's on playing Oh, Marigold's on. We should go to Marigold. Done. Sometimes Twitch sorts stuff weird. But yeah, Mary is awesome. Akila, so good to see you. I'm sorry we didn't get to hang out more during the 24-hour. Sorry, my camera's in kind of a weird spot. I just got done working out. Hi, everybody. Welcome in. Akila Raid! Yes, I'm QueenB3atrix, and Big Show is going to continue with the rage bait so that I will keep talking about random stuff and throwing myself off. But yeah, it was a good workout. I hope your stream went really well. We're playing Overwatch, right? We're playing Overwatch. Yay. Akila, I love you so much. I love that you just raided it. It's so funny. Okay, everybody, I'm gonna start this other raid. Yeah. Power moves, still raid them. No, we're going somewhere else. We're going to another amazing place. Everybody make sure you're following Akila Plays. She's one of my favorite people on the whole planet. And we're gonna go to Marigold, who's also incredible. So go show some love there, and I will see you all on Friday for a community picked game that will go great. All right, that's enough for me. Bye, everybody. Love you, Akila. Love you, everybody. Bye.